Hi everyone! So welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. You made it through one video, which means you can make it through another. Um, like I said, this channel is going to be about everything. Everything Ella Marie, everything that I'm doing, working on. I won't vlog as much. Like, there'll definitely be pre-recorded videos, but I will share my experiences so far because I've been told I have an interesting story to tell. That's another thing. In my last video, I talked about do the thing. In this video, I'll say tell your story, right? Tell your story as far and wide as you can to anyone who will listen, because it's just as important as any other story out there. And if you don't tell your story, somebody else will. So tell your story, get excited about telling your story, think about how you want to tell your story, and just, yeah, do it. Do the thing. It's gonna be like my new catchphrase, I guess. Maybe not. Anyways, that's Reg, by the way. That plant over there, that's Reg, and Reg will be in all of the videos. Sometimes Reg will be joined by friends when I have flowers. Feel free to send me flowers. I love flowers. But yeah, Reg is a plant that I got from an old coworker, and of course, during quarantine, decided to bring him home. And I've been watering him and giving him sunlight and love and talking to him. I didn't name him Reg. That's the name that he came with, but it works, it fits. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that sometimes I'll do Reg reports. And that's when I give an update on how Reg is doing. And Reg has been thriving in quarantine, probably because I'm here and I'm watering him more. There's also Kuni-chan, and that one's from my friend Kuniko. But Kuni-chan is, you know, one of those plants, one of those easier plants. Reg is a little bit tougher, but Kuni-chan. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background about who I am. I don't know how you found this. If you're one of my friends that's encouraged me to do this, you better be subscribed. Just kidding. Everyone should subscribe. But yeah, I hope that there's also some new folks here that are interested in learning more about me. So I was born in Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, and I grew up in Hyde Park. I went to Ancona, which was a Montessori school. It is a Montessori school. It's still there. It's a great education. I will do a whole nother video on my education like another time, because I think that that really has shaped who I am. But yeah, I loved growing up in Hyde Park. It was a great neighborhood feel. It was close to everything. It was close to downtown. It was just a really great experience. And then in high school, we moved up to the South Loop, and I started attending the Latin School of Chicago, and I went there for 4 years. I was on Black Student Union, I was in student government, got to travel a little bit, so really enjoyed most of my aspects there. Again, in the education video, I'll go into that. And then I decided to go to school in Southern California. I went to the University of Redlands, and in particular, I went for the Johnston Center for Integrative Studies. And the Johnston Center allows you to create your own major. So my major was language as a tool to break down cultural barriers. It's a mouthful, but that's my major. So when people go, oh, what did you study in college? Language as a tool to break down cultural barriers. So not your traditional major, not the traditional, oh yeah, finance and science. Science and finance, I don't know. Not that. But again, I'll talk more about that another time. Happy to talk about that. And then in college, because I was studying languages, of course, Japanese, Spanish, Chinese, a little bit of Korean. After college, I moved to Japan for 2 years to teach English on the JET program, which again, I'll do a whole nother video. But I really enjoyed my experience there. I lived in this small Inaka countryside town. Inaka means countryside. And I lived in that town, and it was called Kamogawa. which means Duck River, not to be confused with the Kamogawa River in Kyoto, but mine was in Chiba Prefecture, the best prefecture. I will not hear anything less than that. And yeah, it was a really great experience. Give me like 2 seconds. I need to drink some water. Sparkling water, always. So that was a really great experience. Loved living in Japan. Super easy. Super convenient. I don't know if I'll ever live that close to the ocean ever again, but stay tuned. Maybe I will. Maybe we all will. And then after I came back from Japan, I came back to Chicago and I started working at the Consulate General of Japan in Chicago. So that's the Japanese consulate here. And a consulate, for those of you that don't know, is a mini embassy. It's sort of the easiest way to think about it. They are responsible for protecting citizens of that country within a region that's called their jurisdiction. So for example, the Consulate General of Chicago has 10 states in its jurisdiction that go all the way up to North and South Dakota and sort of like all the way west to Nebraska and in that sort of region. So sort of the Midwest. And the Consul General is part of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from Japan. So like our State Department Foreign Service agent, Foreign Service officer. They are here representing the country. They go on different trips and things like that. That was a really great experience. I was working as the outreach coordinator, teaching Chicagoans about Japanese culture. It's a really great experience, a really great way to bring my experience from Japan back to Chicago and sort of, I think I had a little bit of an easier time with reverse culture shock because I was still 1 foot in Japan every day at work. And technically the consulate is Japanese territory, so I went to Japan every day. I love saying that, it's so funny. Even though I didn't. I haven't been back to Japan for like, I think this year marks 7 years. I came back in 2014. 7 years I haven't been. I don't know when I'm gonna get there. It'll probably be 10 years. Stay tuned. Yeah, did that. And then I moved over to my current position where I work at Chicago Sister Cities International as an international program manager, and I manage a number of our sister city relationships. And a sister city is essentially an agreement between 2 cities that they will foster mutual exchange, they will send delegations to each other, plan events together, just sort of do all the things that sisters might do. No, not really. But it was started by President Eisenhower in 1960 after World War II. As a way to keep people connected no matter what was going on at the federal level. So I really love the mission of the organization and the work that we do, and I'll share about that in another video because I got to meet some pretty cool people through it. Well, cool in my opinion. So I've gotten to meet some pretty cool people and it's been a really interesting journey thus far. And I still live in Chicago. I'm on the north side now, and I'm really looking forward to talking more about all of these different aspects that I've mentioned. Some of my hobbies include reading. As you can see, I have a whole bookshelf behind me full of books. Of course, studying languages. I have all of my language books right here. As you can see, I left this on purpose, but it's my painting. I have my brushes, and my easel is actually like right there. But I moved it because I decided this was going to be my filming corner. I love traveling. I've been to only 1 country in Europe, if you can believe it. If you can guess which one, I'll give you like props. It's pretty obvious, but I've only been to 1, although there's a lot of countries in Europe, so it might be hard. Let's just say it's one of our sister city countries, and it's one of our sister cities for Chicago. So that gives you a hint. And I love watching videos, watching TV shows. I'll do a video about that. I love jewelry and like collecting jewelry and things like that. I love rings. Love playing video games. I've really been playing Animal Crossing this whole quarantine. And I do puzzles. All sorts of things. So lots of random things, whatever strokes my fancy at the time. And I'm a Korean Buddhist. I practice Wonbulgo, Won Buddhism. Again, I'll get into that another time, but yeah, lots of exciting things. I also work out. I have an awesome trainer, Lindsay. Shout out Lindsay. She's really great, really supportive. And yeah, so I'm really excited again to go on this journey. I have no idea where it's going to take me, but I hope you all stay around for the ride. And I will see you in the next one. Annyeong! Okay, I don't know. How do I want to end these? Just kidding. See you guys next time.